It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Mr. Clintastik preparing to jump into a Zendikar Rising quick draft here on MTG Arena. If you enjoy my content, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to help my channel grow in the future. Alright, time to do a couple behind the scenes things and then we'll jump right into the draft. Really been enjoying Zendikar Rising quick draft. It's been kind of a up and down situation. You know, I'll do really well in some and then some I'll just get trounced. So I think the drafts that I kind of went the direction I wanted to go instead of like leaning on my rares, I think I had way more fun. So let's see if we can do that kind of thing again. Alright, so boom, boom. I hope you guys have been enjoying my content. I'm doing my best to be more consistent and get it out there to you. So, especially with the drafts, I know people really like the draft content so that they can potentially draft a little better or at least, you know, understand different strategies. If I can find the time, I would love to do like an archetype guide for the different strategies in the limited area. But like I mentioned, that does take a lot of time to do. But one of my favorites right now, I won't say favorite, but one I see just constantly is aristocrats. Like, my goodness. Aristocrats really be out there in Zendikar Rising, which I would not have expected. You also got your rogues, you got your landfall strategies, you got your wizards. There's actually a lot to be said about Zendikar Rising strategy options. Alright, so once again, my name is Clint, otherwise known as Mr. Clintastik, preparing to jump into a Zendikar Rising quick draft on MTG Arena. If you enjoy my content, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to help my channel grow in the future. Let's begin. What do we have in the rare? Skyclave Relic, 3-drop artifact, indestructible, kicker 3. When it ETBs, if it was kicked, create 2 tap tokens that are copies of Skyclave Relic. Add 1 mana of any color. Why did they make it Why did they make this indestructible? There's Core Blade Master, Double Strike Warrior. Equipped warriors you have double strike. I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. There's also just Nahiri's Binding, which I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna grab up the good pieces of removal, especially Nahiri's Binding is great if you can kind of be in that, you know, I'm thinking maybe black, white, maybe white, green. I don't know yet. Let's see. Ooh, this would have been a great pick if we would have went with the warrior. What up, Kiwi? Thank you for tuning in. You say pick up the relic for fixing, but we don't even know if we need to fix yet. Here, the war leader looks okay. We just don't know if we're gonna have warriors. I know this sounds dumb, but I don't want to speculate on the double colored cards. That hasn't been too beneficial for me recently. I'm leaning towards this Gloom Hunter. Maybe we end up in the aristocrat strat. I'll be open to it. For instance, Marauding Blight Priest. This is a key piece of the aristocrat strat. They just get these and the other cleric that gains you life when creatures ETBs, and they really do some work on you. There's also Subtle Strike here. I like Subtle Strike. I really do. It can get rid of some creatures. It helps you with combat tricks, and the 3-drop artifact, the 2/3 with flying, that needs a counter to attack. This puts a counter on it. There's also Smite the Monstrous, which has been great for us. I might be wrong here, but I am going to lean towards the Subtle Strike over the Blight Priest. Ooh. Into the Royal was great yesterday, but I mean, unless we switch to blue-black or something, I don't know if that's where we need to go. I mean, Stalker's decent. I mean, I'm just kind of feeling another Gloom Hunter, and I would try to pick up these practice tactics a little later on. Here's the Core Celebrant and the Sentinel. I think I'm going to go on and get the Celebrant and hope to get those Blight Priests. I like the Sentinel, but if we're trying to get some synergy going, I think the Celebrant is where we need to lean towards. Alright. Here's a Blight Priest like we wanted. Okay, it looks like we are going to fall into the Aristocrat strat today, which I'm not going to complain about. It's been really potent. There's Mason Links. I'm just going to grab this Smite the Monstrous to deal with big threats. Ooh, practice tactics came around? Yes, please. We'll grab Mason Links. I'm not necessarily wanting to run Mason Links. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest. I mean, I guess we'll grab this Hunger. Oh, geez. Another Smite the Monstrous. Not sure if we're going to need a bunch of those. There's also a Pressure Point. Deliberate. We'll just grab another Smite. Another Practice Tactics. Sentinel came around. That's pretty good. And a Zendikar. Okay. Alright. I won't complain about pack 1. I'm not too familiar with the Aristocrat strategy as far as playing it in Limited, but I'll definitely give it my best go. There's some great creatures here. We got Thieving Skydiver with flying 2/1. ETBs if it was kick, game control the target artifact with converted mana cost X or less. If the artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. That's pretty interesting. We have Black Bloom Rogue, which is a hybrid creature land or spell land. It's just menace 2/3, gets 3/0 as long as the opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard. But I think this is an easy pick of Deadly Alliance. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. I like seeing those hybrid spells, hybrid land spells, but Deadly Alliance is where we want to go. And honestly, our creatures are looking kind of light. When we get to this point, I see we have removal, so I'm not going to stress it. I'm going to still keep my eye out, but we need to make sure that our attack strategy is strong enough to deal with the opponents, and right now it's looking really light. Looking even lighter with another Nahiri's Binding. that Blight Priest is there, but I'm definitely going for the Nahiri's Binding. There's a Shadow Cat, a Feed the Swarm, and a Soul Strike. They're giving us, I mean, excellent removal. I'm gonna grab the Feed the Swarm. We are hoping to be a decent lifelink deck, so hopefully the ramifications of the Feed the Swarm won't hurt us too badly. Alright, we'll grab another Blight Priest here. Ooh. Okay, things are shaping up for us. Another Core Celebrant. So, I mean, those are the key pieces right there. Those literally are the key pieces right there. We'll grab another Gloom Hunter. It would be nice to pump these Gloom Hunters up somehow. I'm not too big on the Farsighted deck. We're just grabbing another Tactics. I'm not familiar if there's a way to make... I mean, I know there's a way to make tokens with like Roost of Drakes and Felidar Retreat as we saw yesterday. But how are we going to do it today to really get value with these Core Celebrants and Marauding Blight Priests? I wouldn't mind having a Blood Beckoning. To get back key pieces that we have. Blood price is decent, but do I want to really pay 4 mana to draw a card when we have access to things like Pressure Point, which would give us value by tapping their creature and drawing a card? We don't have any creatures to choose from in this pack. We already have enough 4-drops. So I'm really looking at this Pressure Point and this Beckoning. I think Pressure Point is something that might actually just come around. Okay, Tazim Royal Mage came up. I'm not gonna not take it. Okay, another Blight Priest. So it looks like we're dedicated to the cause. We got plenty of lifelinkers, ways to trigger. We only got 1 flyer. It would be nice to pick up some more flyers. I think that one drop flyer from yesterday was excellent. The one that could be kicked. And Haggard Constrictor. I'm not really big on Haggard Constrictor at all. Let's put our creatures there. Alright, what we have here? Cherix, the Raging Isle. It's the crab. The Leviathan crab. 4-drop, spells your opponent's cast at target Cherix, costs 2 more to cast, pay 3, gets +X, -X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. We are so far from that. Wow, there's actually a Roost of Drakes in here. I don't think that's where we're gonna go. I mean, all we have is Tazim. I mean, we have the Gloom Hunters. Oh, jeez. We have the Gloom Hunters and we also have the Sentinel. Are we really gonna try to be 3 colors? That's another concern. Do we really want to try to be 3 colors right now? There's nothing really lifelink. There's nothing that goes with our strategy here. We're definitely in blue. I mean, we're definitely in white black. The only creatures I'm not happy with is Mesa Link so far. Ooh, it would have been nice to see this maybe last pack. And it was so good to us before, but I just don't think we can safely take it here. We'll speculate. We're not losing too much by making that option. We're not losing like an incredible amount of value if we don't end up playing it. But if we do get the cards to play it, then we lose the value. We're getting a lot of practice tactics, but we don't have a ton of creatures. Like, we're really low on creatures right now. So those are going to be way less effective. I'm going to grab Blood Priest. There's another Subtle Strike, which I wouldn't mind having, honestly. Emeria Captain hasn't been excellent, I'm gonna be honest. We only have 13 creatures. We're in pack 3. Things are looking kind of rough. I mean, I really just want to grab this Core Celebrant. Just completely commit to the cause. It could work for us, it could not. So we could definitely pick up a creature here over to thwart the grave in the 6-drop slot. I wouldn't mind having a way to draw cards. That's one thing the deck is missing. Is draw power. So we could lean towards splashing blue. Picking up something like Field Research. Or splashing blue and picking up Glacial Grasp. I'm going to grab Field Research just in case we do end up running that Roost. There's a Banneret in the 1-drop slot. Now, you know I like having my 1-drops, but we'll probably have to pass it up for the Sentinel. We don't really have bombs. Oh, we really don't have bombs, for instance, but okay, if we run blue, what are we gonna have? Tazim Royal Mage, Field Research, Roost of Drakes. Whew, geez, I'm gonna speculate. I mean, this could be a potentially difficult draft because I kind of went off key a bit. We already have one Blood Beckoning. We'll grab that Angel Heart Protector. Deliberate. Geez. Kind of stinks we only have the one Subtle Strike. Multiple Subtle Strikes would have made these Sentinels way better. We already have 2 Smite the Monstrous. We have our removals stacked, I believe. Five mana, draw 3. We have okay, I'll grab it. The Plunderer. Here I'm just gonna grab the Ox, the Worm, just to have access to different creature options. Alright, one moment. Alright, I am back. So the whole goal of this draft was to kind of try to go with the aristocrat strat, and I think we made it. But we can't be confident until we see how the stream goes. And I think a lot of that's gonna play on how we construct the build here. So let's see. We got Monty, get down. So let's just dismantle the parts that don't necessarily fit, which is the blue. We got 19 creatures. Let's see. You can take off the Mesa links. Just seeing what isn't relevant to the build. The Ox might be relevant. Let us push through a little bit of extra damage. So how many creatures that leave us with? 14. We're definitely going to need more than that. But I think we took out everything that's kind of irrelevant. We probably could take out the Ox too, if we really want to put blue. What up, Queen Airy? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying the stream. So let's go on and bring in our removal before we contemplate on bringing in blue. I'm thinking 1 or 2 practice tactics. We don't want to rely on them too much. Actually, those are going to be the last removal I put in. We'll go in and bring in the bindings. Feed the Swarm, Subtle Strike, Deadly Alliance. And I'm looking at least 1 Smite the Monstrous. And we're bringing at least 1 Practice Tactics. I'm doing my best to try to leave room, because I really would like to bring in kind of some off-key plays, like with the Rooster Drakes. Oh yeah, this is a Zendikar Rising quick draft, so we're building our deck to go into the queue. Blue could really give us the value we need to really take it all away with this build, I think. I really do. So if we brought in Roost, let's finish building without putting in the blue. I mean, because we could just bring in these things here and probably reduce our curve a bit. We have 2.6 curve. That must be because of Deadly Alliance. How many creatures we have? 15 creatures. We could literally just, we could bring in another. We could bring in Angel Heart Protector. And Blood Beckoning? Because you know they're going to kill our creatures off. We'll have a way to bring them back. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. How many party cards do we have for Tactics? Jeez, everything's Clerics. Thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that up, Queen Airy. Yeah, it seems like we did draft Black-White Clerics, trying to be an Aristocrats build. But that is an excellent point. We only have Clerics for our party. We don't even have Warriors or anything. So that was good to keep an eye out for. I think I'm gonna at least try with the blue strat. It could be wrong, but there's some cards I really want to use from blue, like these. Hold on, we're gonna have to fix our lands. Because we do have Subtle Strike, Feed the Swarm, 2 Nahiri Bindings, Smite the Monsters, and Deadly Alliance. We have a lot of removal. We have 3 here, 4 if we include the Royal Mage. No, 5 if we include the Royal Mage. 8, 9. So we have about 9 kicker spells to go with the Rooster Drakes, which isn't bad. And we're like 1 card over. Yep, the Gloom Hunters have kicker. And I really want this Blood Beckoning to kind of... Blood Beckoning has kicker as well. Then we'd have to cut 2 cards. Probably cut 2 lands. And just roll the dice. The mana base is definitely going to be annoying. We need double black here. And then we need double white for Nahiri's Binding to play them. Oh, jeez. You're coming in with some great advice, Queen Airy. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe we take out the Plunder. Bring in the Deliberate. What up, Daquan? Thanks for tuning in. You said you would cut blue. I feel like, and the thing is, we didn't get blue to really late, and we don't have any other ways to really draw cards. I say we risk it. I mean, if we cut blue, let's see. Like you mentioned before, we don't have a bunch of wizards and rogues and things to even make the practice tactics worth it. We don't have any draw power at all. Which is a huge disadvantage when you have people that can draw. But our mana is looking kind of rough. I really wish the Constrictor could put counters on things. We can go in with the black-white strat. Average 2.8, mostly black. With 16 creatures. We could bring in... I think we bring in at least one. No. Bring in the Protector. You said bring in the Dreadworm, the 5/4. Whew. That's a big boy. I'm not a huge fan of like 5-drop, I guess, baddies. The only reason I brought in the Ox is because it has the landfall ability to tap potential things. I'm gonna bring in Oblivion Hunger. Maybe we get lucky and our Sentinel has a counter on it so we can draw an extra card. But really, I feel like the one thing we're missing is draw power, for sure. Like, if we had some good draw power in this deck, I think it would be golden. Maybe another Subtle Strike. No draw power is rough, and that's why I reduced the mana to 15, so that we're not just drawing lands, but it does put us at risk of getting mana screwed. Alright, let's slap some sleeves on here. Slap some sleeves on it. Alright. And I believe this is going to be it. We have no 1-drop creatures. We have decent 2-drops. Decent removal. I think we're going to end up changing this. If game 1 doesn't really go how I want, I'm probably going to throw blue in and just kind of roll with the punches. They have that 1-drop flyer that's really good. Just a 1/1 flyer with kicker. You kick it for 4, or yeah, you kick it for 3 additional, so 4 total. Tap down 2 creatures. Played with that yesterday and it was amazing. Yeah, if we run the kicker strat with the blue mana, I might have to go up to 18 mana just to kind of compensate and just cut and gut everything that's irrelevant to the strategy. So we'll see. We got Core Celebrant. That's one piece of the puzzle. Okay. We're drawing well. We didn't have a 2-drop, unfortunate. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to get our 2-drop guy out there. So we're playing against blue-green. We'll just drop our Core Celebrant. Oh yeah, I play with 15 lands all the time. Guilds of Ravnica when they had what was it called? Convoke? Oh, sometimes I'll run 12 mana. It was ridiculous. Skycat. Okay. I mean, we can literally always kill this thing. Alright. Come on, ride that train. We'll attack in for 1. Hmm. We'll make them do something. Maybe they thought we wouldn't block. Yep. That's fine. They went on and used their Might of Marasa. We don't mind one bit. So this is going to be a little too big for us if they play another land. So we're just going to attack in. And we're going to drop this Skycat. I typically keep my curve low and limited. As low as I can. Especially in the quick draft section. Ooh, that's what we need. All right. Trigger. And we could Blood Beckoning, but I don't think we have to. Just to get back to Celebrant. Let's see what happens. And then if we get to 7 mana and start dropping 4 or 5 flyers, geez, we'll really be in business. Alright, while the opponent is taking their time, let's see if I can find some codes to drop in chat. Alright, I gave out 5 codes yesterday. I hope they were used. Boom. Oh, geez, what's going on here? We don't want to take 4 in the air. Okay. That's totally fine. See, some people don't like dropping things like this on your turn when it's instant speed, but if they untap and have a counter spell, we're in trouble. I guess we run this now. So it's not our only play next turn. We'll get back to Celebrant. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think once you get the grasp of Quick Draft, I think it can be really easy. But for a lot of people, it's difficult. I've learned that, like, when I first started playing Magic, I wouldn't come near draft. I was like, oh my god, how do they keep up with all these things? See, that would have been a perfect reason to wait till their turn to kill their creature. But with all our mana open, they would have been expecting something. Which they may very well be expecting something here. Oh, they didn't. All right. Eh. Okay, I almost held back my attack. Really did. I almost held back that attack. Yeah. I was a little nervous about a flash creature there. Especially since we already used our blood beckoning. But we're drawing live. We're either going to draw removal, draw land, or what? Oh, are they taking control or something? This is so frustrating. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. And I'm really waiting for this land. Yeah, blue can be frustrating because you got to worry about so many different factors. And I never get to play this low Mage's Domination. Oh, jeez. There's their flying guy. Alright. So, I went on and did that. I just can't wait, because now we should be drawing removal spells. Are you kidding me? What? What? Yikes.
Most challenging puzzle. Solving mysteries is my specialty.
I see. Yeah, I didn't wait on the Sentinels because there's no guarantee that we'll draw land. And now that I have two, I can at least block. This opponent really has the sauce. And by simply taking our Blight Priest, they completely shut off our strat there. But we're not out of it yet. Jace is dope, Daquan. I wish I would draft it. Alright, they didn't attack. And it doesn't even matter if we kill a Jace. Whew, it doesn't even matter if we kill a Jace. Alright. Let's just pass. You made it to gold. Every time there's a reset or the season ends, I think they take you back a tier. They walk you back. And it's really sweet, Ari, that you're actually playing this Jace in standard. Yo. Oh, Mythic goes all the way back to Plat? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I guess you're right. All right. We're not giving up just yet. Mesa Links. I mean, all we can... And see, this is why you need draw power. You need it. We can't attack in. Like our one marauding blight priest would be so wonderful right now. We would have won.
I have a lot to think about.
I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure this game is over. Like, even if we draw blight priest, we have to draw them back to back. I mean, if we draw them back to back, maybe. Where's our removal? I mean, we just got Deadly Alliance. I guess we have used it. Yeah, they got so much advantage on us. It's ridiculous. Woo. Yeah, I'm bringing in blue. We're not going to be able to... we're just not going to be able to compete if we can't get some value. No blocks, because they can pump. I mean, the double Jaces here are kind of like, meh. Like, why? Yeah, and see, we never hit that 7th land. I'm going to go on and bounce out of this one, because this is literally just torture. Like, looking at all the value they were getting, I was just like, where's our value? And we weren't going to draw anything to help with that. So even if our mana is thrown off, I think we are going to have to go into blue. So let's start this process from the jump. Alright, I want to keep everything that's kind of relevant to the strategy. Mesa Lynxes aren't so much. Neither is the Protector. It's really the Core Celebrants and the Marauding Blight Priest, Gloom Hunter, and Blood Priest. And the Sentinels are just kind of there for added oomph. So I know I want to bring in the Roost, the Tazim Royal Mages, Field Research, and maybe even Skyclave Plunder from blue. And then as far as removal goes, we want to have the Bindings, at least one Smite, a Practice Tactics, I think, because we'll have a Wizard at that point. So maybe it'll hit good for us. Feed the Swarm, Subtle Strike, Deadly Alliance. How many creatures we have? 15 still, so that's not bad. Is there anything we can cut? I don't think so, unless we cut the Sentinels. They just don't seem... It just doesn't seem smart. Kind of want to cut that. Feel like we need one more cut. Is it Practice Tactics? Perhaps. So we'll have Subtle Strike, Feed the Swarm, Bindings, Smite, Deadly. And I really want one more blue mana. We'll cut one Sentinel. Add another island. All right, let's try this version. It may, I mean, we might scrub out, but you can't win them all. All right. So we did a few modifications, made an Esper build. Esper Aristocrats. Will it be possible with our mana base? Who knows? I mean, like, when are we ever going to play this Nahiri's Binding? Alright. Starting off rocky already with the mana base. Just gonna drop a 2/1. I mean, if we can find a white mana, we'll be large and in charge. Subtle Strike. Nice move. Oh, alright, they didn't trade there. Interesting. We're not seeing our bats early game, which is kind of an issue. Okay. Did I play those out of sequence? Yeah, I did. Whoops. Eh. 2-3 and 3-2. I think we just pass here. We're never gonna be able to play this Nahiri's Binding. That's something I'm gonna note for the future. These double colored spells aren't always the best if you cannot play them. Like, it makes it way harder to go into 3-color strats. It's like the system is definitely punishing us. Alright. And that's gonna be gay. We didn't see a single white mana. Wow. Definitely punished there. And honestly, I don't think there was much we could have done. I mean, we could probably cut one more Sentinel. Do we cut the bindings? That can't be right. Eh. Sometimes you just got to put things into practice to learn from them. And I don't typically like to go 3 colors in a draft, but we're really missing things that we need here. And maybe I just overlooked the value from the Wizards because they're just so good in blue. Yeah, like, this is just difficult to play in a lot of cases. even though it's good. This wasn't an effective... This is completely out of the realm of my play, this aristocrat strat. It's not working well for me whatsoever. Okay. That's kind of what we want to be seeing early game. Visionary's good. Are you... Wow, okay. Alright. I mean, we're running 18 lands, so... Yeah. This was just absolute punishment. This was absolute punishment. You know what? Maybe we should have cut the white. Yeah, 3-color with no fixing is horrid. Okay. A little something to help us. Swing in. And then if you don't create that early game board state, you're in trouble too. It's good we at least have the Gloom Hunter. It's our fault for being mana screwed. We were kind of greedy. And the Hiri's Binding is good, but I'm seeing that it really commits you to a double color strat, which is fine. But I think that strat needs to include some kind of card draw. Are they swinging in for 4 here? One blue mana kind of changes up everything for us. Yes, I really... Oh, geez. Oh, no. Huh. Okay. And I mean, we're running 18 lands, so this is really just like... like, okay. And see, this is what happens when you don't have a good curve. No good 1-drops. You're trying to do a little too much. See, they just went simple mono green. Coming in hefty. This will probably be a short draft. Now, I'll probably at least draft up the cards for the next one. Maybe get in a few games. But this was my failed attempt to build white-black aristocrats. Oh, they all had trample? Uh-oh. Now we now we get something for this. We're at 2 life. Wow. Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. We'll look back at it. One thing I know for sure, the white-black strat by itself just wasn't going to cut it. I don't know if we just didn't have enough of the right pieces. Adding the blue didn't help at all. Hold on. Adding the blue didn't help at all, but in hindsight, I didn't realize till that third game. We could have cut white, just straight up. Cut white, and then have done something a little more like this. Uh-oh. And I think this should have been the build. I think we should have jumped ship from white. I think I tunnel visioned the Nahiri's binding, which didn't do anything for us. Anything. I tunnel visioned the Nahiri's binding. I tunnel visioned the white-black aristocrats, and I think I shorted myself a potential really good Dimir build. So I really should have checked myself on that. Otherwise, this was just not that great. That was an absolute bust. So let's move on to another one and just keep those kind of things in mind for the next draft, which I am going to attempt to play since that one was so short. So once again, my name is Clint, otherwise known as Mr.Clintastik, preparing to jump into a Zendikar Rising quick draft here on MTG Arena. If you enjoy my content, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to help my channel grow in the future. Alright, we just had a really rough draft last draft, so let's try to get some wins at least in this one. We got Infiltrator in the 4-drop slot, deals damage, draw a card. Tazim Royal Mage gets an instant of sorcery back from the yard. Into the Royal, bounce and draw a card. And Vanquish the Weak. I know Royal Mage is good. I'm just going to grab the Vanquish the Weak though. Instant speed removal. Okay, we got a few options here. Falconer, flying whenever you cast a kick spell, scry 2, 4/4 for 5. Tazim Raptor is great for the landfall decks. Cunning Geyser Mage. I love it just for the tempo alone. Like, it's just great value. Scythe Cat's good. Sentinel's great. I'm going to do my best to avoid the double color spells early. I just don't want to get so overcommitted. I'm really liking the Geyser Mage. It's just done so much work for me in a few other drafts. This Demon's Disciple has been pretty decent too, but I'm just going to grab another Geyser Mage. It's like, in my opinion, it's almost like removal on a body, but it's not necessarily. It gives you the tempo you may need. Another Vanquish the Weak. We'll snatch that on up. There's Demon's Disciple. Tazim Raptor. Glacial Grasp. I mean, I know we're running blue. Not sure about running white because we do have 2 black cards already. We could grab the Disciple. I'm gonna grab the squid though. Start filling in that 2-drop curve. We'll grab Feed the Swarm. Not sure if we're gonna have life gain or not, but maybe it won't hurt us too badly. I don't think the bannerets are worth contemplating a third color. I'm gonna grab up this cleric though. Are we just gonna have an army of squid? I'm gonna grab a sentinel here. They're just really playable in any colors. Alright, these disciples they're gonna just give them to us. Why not? Alright, let's see what we got going on. Swarm Shambler, 1-drop. ETBs with a 1/1 counter. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it becomes target of a spell an opponent controls, create a 1/1 insect. You can tap, put a counter on it. Meh. I say meh. I'm sure other people may love it. So all of our removal is literally in black. Our creatures are in blue-white, which I'm going to keep in mind. I'm just going to grab this bubble snare. It's great to protect yourself with. Let you get to later portions of the game. We missed that rogue last game, but I'm not sure if that was wrong or not. There's a glacial grasp. What's going on here? Okay, so it's between the rogue and the glacial grasp. I'm gonna go with the rogue here. Because once again, all of our removals in black, just not our creatures. The only white creature we have is the cleric. There's a Subtle Strike. I really like Subtle Strike. And you saw how good it was last draft for our opponents. Like, they really did some work with it. I'm gonna nab it up here. It might help us with our sentinels. Another Cunning Geyser Mage. We already have 2. I really just want to grab another Subtle Strike here. They just did so much work last draft, I cannot ignore it. There's another Sentinel, a Feed the Swarm. What the heck is going on here? I'm really contemplating this Kabira takedown. Because I feel like we're going to end up in 3 colors again, and I want some spells that I can potentially play as lands, just in case. We got access to Smite the Monstrous. Glacial Grasp. I like Glacial Grasp a lot. 3-drop. Potentially saves you for a turn and draws you a card. These are all things I like. Okay. The Stalker came around. I'm not going to pass it here. Might help us end the game. Tap another rogue. We already have 2 Sentinels. I'm going to speculate the Infiltrator. There's also Field Research, but we'll just grab the creature here. Blight Priest. We'll throw Blight Priest in the side for now. I mean, I guess we don't have to. We can keep all of our creatures. We can be open to all of them, I guess. Ooh, another Stalker. Okay. We'll nab that up. We'll nab that up quick. A Duelist? The Duelists are not good, in my opinion. They flash out. They're 1-drops, but without some kind of evasion, they're just kind of garbage. Alright. We got some interesting creatures pack 1, I will say. There's a Legion Angel. Not really looking to those double colored spells off the bat. There is a Feed the Swarm here, which I'm going to nab up. Just all of our removals in black, essentially. There's a Celebrant. We already know how that goes. Expedition Healer. Spoils of Adventure. Hmm. 4-drop, Black Cat Horror. I mean, are we really playing white? Doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, it doesn't really look like it at all, so we might as well just start filling in our early game curve with what we are going to be playing, because we got a lot of good things just right here in itself. There's a Sentinel. We already have 2 Sentinels. I'm going to speculate on this Shadow Cat. What up, Samaj? Thank you for tuning in. There's another Cunning Geyser Mage. There's also a Disruption. I mean, we'd probably be able to play the 5-drop 4/4. I mean, we could grab another Geyser Mage. 2. But we'll grab the Falconer. Ooh. There's the Geyser Mage and a Royal Mage. With so many great removal spells, the Royal Mage will really get us some value. Okay, into the Royal. This would have been the draft to have Roost of Drakes. Totally. We'll grab the Sky Dancer. Okay, Wind Robber. Let me strip. Now I gotta strip the deck again. Don't mind me. I think I'm gonna go with the Wind Robber. It does give us potential value later. It starts milling the opponent as well when it deals damage. It's a flying 1-drop. I think we need that. Another Sentinel. Do we have draw power? Did I overlook that again? Oops. We got kind of some draw power. Like, we kind of got draw power in our creatures. We got a ton of creatures. Are we really gonna run these squid? I think we have to. We can count this as a land. I'm not running the Blight Priest. We're not gaining life. We're not really flashing out. I'm just gonna grab another Sentinel. Pressure point. Hunger. Knife. Alright. So what are we doing here? Let's bring in... We got a good bit of creatures. Our 2-drop creatures aren't my favorite. The squids at all. We got Bubble Snare, Into the Royal, Glacial Grasp, a couple Feed the Swarms. We're going to have to cut creatures for sure. Subtle Strikes, Vanquish the Weak. I mean, we got removal for days. I mean, right off the bat, this is what I'm feeling. I just don't necessarily like the squid. But if the opponent like takes off on us early, we don't have much of anything early game except for removal. So we got to really consider that fact. We don't have... Let's see. I mean, we got flyers. The Sentinels are going to help us out. And we got removal. We got pseudo draw power. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I probably lost some confidence after that utter thrashing we got last game. All right. Okay. Oh, gotta respect the deck. Gotta put some sleeves on there. Jeez, how you gonna expect any value without the sleeves? All right. So let's see what we can get going this draft. Okay. Personally, I just strongly dislike not having a good healthy amount of 1-drops. At least 2 or 3. We'll let that happen. Just wasn't going to use Into the Royal on that. We're going to drop the Sentinel now. And then hopefully we can Subtle Strike that Wind Robber and get some value. Okay. Okay. Alright, this is exactly what we wanted to do. Now we can get in for 3. Perfect. Perfection. I guess we could have put down the Infiltrator as well. That was an option. Yeah, that was definitely an option. Why did I even play that with haste? Okay. Wow, what? Jeez. Okay. Another Sentinel. Did we vanquish here? Yeah, I don't even know what to do. I'm like, what is this opponent doing? Okay. We're just gonna drop the Seafloor Stalker. Relic Robber. Alright. Okay. So. Ooh wee. Okay. This can't block. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, Sentinel up. And then, I mean, this might actually be game here. Subtle Strikes and Sentinels. Subtle Strikes and Sentinels. Okay, they got rid of one. Alright. 2 damage to us. Resolves. Boom, boom. Just gonna swing in here and hold up our Into the Royal because we're taking 2 damage off here next turn. We're close. They take this. All right. Oh no. Oh no. For Exacxies. Good game, opponent. Wow. Wow. Thought we had the opponent on the ropes, actually, and then they really just turned it around on us. Good game. That was actually a good one. With the Relic Robber. Relic Robber is something I thought was going to just blow up when it came out because it reminded me so much of 6-drop Chandra. But I haven't seen it a lot in Standard, but of course I haven't played a lot of Standard. I liked what we were doing there. We got our Sentinels out, Subtle Strike, removed some things. But the opponent was just able to kind of outplay us towards the end. And I partially feel like I honestly didn't have a clue what they were trying to do. Like, that was a really interesting strategy. They got to draw a ton of cards, which, as we know, drawing cards just give you way more value. And they were able to just compose their strategy however they liked. So we go first with 2 mana, and as often the case, we're not gonna hit a third. We're not gonna hit a third land. Not to be a downer, but that's just kind of how it is sometimes. You have a good opening hand. You have 2 lands in hand. A couple 3-drops, and it's like, oh, well, you're never gonna get to play those. What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the deal is with that. Now we're gonna have to discard a card. Shadow Cat. Yeah. We're taking that off the board. At least we have 3 mana now. We're not discarding spells. Alright. Took care of that problem. Stomper. Okay. What options? I mean, we can tap that down, or we can flash out the Sky Dancer, pump it up to a 3, bring that down to a 4? No, that ain't gonna work. Alright. Take out their Stomper with Bubble Snare. Territorial Scythe Cat. Please don't drop a land. Please don't drop a land. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. All right. All right. I hate that we have Demon's Disciple right now, because they're just going to sacrifice their Stomper. Oh, no. Alright, things about to get out of hand real quick. I mean, they're going to get, what, 2 1/1 tokens? I mean, we would have easily have won this game if we would have hit our 3rd land on curve, but it happens. Ooh wee! I know that was painful for the opponent. No, that was painful. Alright. And so next turn we'll be able to swing in for 8. That's real painful. 2 Vanquish the Weaks off the top. Ouch. That low-key makes up for a lot of a lot of things that happened to us earlier. Okay. Is this Death Touch? We're gonna try to we're gonna try to finagle him. We can make that a 3. Make this a 3. Make him sack another creature. I really messed that up. Whoops. Do we care? My bees. Big oofs. Ah, 1 land short. Alright. That was big oofs. Like, we totally could have won this game. That's, oh geez, wow. Not gonna blame mana, but just looking back over the game, like a third land on curve would have changed up everything. It's not like we're cutting ourselves short on mana. Well, we might be at 15. Falconer never even came into play. I'm gonna cut that off rip. I just don't like those higher drop spells that may not even come into play and give us value. They're just like speculative. I like keeping my curve low, and it seems like that's what we're gonna have to do to try to take some games. Or maybe this just isn't our day to win some drafts. Okay. Alright. We'll keep this hand. We have the lands we need to play the game. And I don't come on here trying to be no MTG draft god or anything. But geez Louise, I feel like a game is the least we can do. Royal Mage. Ambusher. Alright. Stalker. No attacks. I think we were in really good position last game, and then I just kind of like jerked it all off, like just threw it away. Also, I feel like I'm trying to learn new strategy instead of just going for what I know I like to play. All right, they get that damage off on us, especially if they pump. We don't mind. We'll tag them back for the same amount. Okay. Feed the swarm. And we don't need it right now. I mean, they could very well have removal, but they didn't, so we tagged them back for more than they tagged us for, which is always great. I think that was a misplay on their turn. This is a 4 mana. So we'll just get in for 3. We're not going to use Feed the Swarm on that. We can just bounce it next turn, or we can block with the Squid. Alright, they get in with both. We're definitely blocking with the Squid. Okay. We don't mind that a single bit. Can they kick this now? Not necessarily. We're gonna swing it for 4. We'll make them play that back. And if we get one more land, we can start sentineling. I think we took this one. I think we finally took one at least. Goals. All right. We'll just swing in with the Geyser Mage. Opponent skeptical. Okay. Yeah, we really wanted that gone anyways. We really wanted that gone anyways. And so now we're really set up to kind of like take over. We can use our Stalker and our Sentinel to just crash in. We have Feed the Swarm to deal with any additional threats. This was a little bit better. You know what, guys? I think I'm just going to start getting Skyclave Sentinels and 1/1 counter cards. And removal. I think that's all I care about. I think these things are great. Blood Price. Alright, they take themselves down to 6, which is helpful. I don't even know if am I completely sold on Feed the Swarms? Because they can oftentimes just put you in a very vulnerable position, as well as Blood Price. Like, these aren't free spells. Sweet. Sweet. We take a game? Huh? Wow. We take a game? Well then. I mean, we'll take it all day. We needed that. Just for morale purposes. Just for morale purposes. Okay. What do we put back? I'm gonna put back the Geyser Mage just because we can't kick it just yet. Alright, they got their 1-drop. We have our 1-drop. Okay, 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 okay. Ooh, sweet. We needed that. Start milling the opponent, and we'll keep our mana up. Sweet. They didn't need the land, so it didn't matter. Scythe Cat. We literally could have, you know, bounced the Scythe Cat, but next turn we can kick into the Royal, which is going to give us way more value. So we're just going to bubble snare that. Alright. And we can Glacial Grasp that Scythe Cat. Alright. It's a lot of damage to be taking. Yeah, I thought I had one more land. This has trample. Whew, this has been rough. This has been rough. Jeez. It's been a rough day today in the arena. Swinging for 7. All right. All right, we're almost to the, yeah, we can finally block and draw a card. All right. Yikes, I did it. Yo, I must be tired. I got crushed today. I mean, like, Batman over Bane's knee crushed today. Jeez. I do have a lot on my mind though. A lot of things going on in the background, so I'm not totally upset by it. And I feel like every situation is a learning situation. Defeat the Swarms, I honestly feel like I preferred Subtle Strike. It did exactly what I wanted. In most cases, I found myself playing it. The Squids weren't half bad. Into the Royals really good. I think all of these kicker spells in blue, like, well, not just kicker spells, but spells in blue that gives you like multiple things, like kick, draw a card, tap, mill two, doesn't untap next turn, draw a card. Like, honestly, maybe the more takes the better. Tazim Royal Mage, we didn't get to, or Geyser Mage, we didn't get to really showcase them. Stalker did a little bit more for us, but once again, I just hate sinking that mana into it when I want to do other things. Disciple was It's just when you're using things like Bubble Snare, Disciple becomes way less valuable because they have that target on the board. Bubble Snare, and I'm guessing like, other enchantments like the, 3-drop white enchantment. Skyclave Sentinels always performs well to me. And yeah, not the best couple drafts today, but we got to win. And next time, I guess, probably tomorrow morning, I'll try to get up early and perhaps do this Lair of Behemoths premiere draft with actual opponents. So, guys, you've been fantastic. I am Clintastik, and I will see you guys next time.